All right, my friends, how are you today? Happy Saturday. Aaron here bringing you your daily horoscope for the 9th of May 2020. Moving through it. All right, we got the moon in Sagittarius, the later degrees of Sagittarius. All right, and it's going to be creating a square today to Neptune. All right, and it's going to be creating an opposition to Venus. This is going to happen around noon. All right, where let me just show you the chart here. The moon's got a lot going on today. And again, this is a day to remind ourselves to have faith in ourselves, to have faith, all right? And to take the high road. That's a big one for the day, is taking the high road. Let me show you the chart, and I'll show you why. All right. So you see this triangle here of red lines. The red lines are usually tension. Okay, but well, let me refocus this. What is, squares? If we had something here around 20 degrees, there'd be a square. Okay, a square, and an opposition here is the other red line. All right, so we see a square, moon square Neptune, Neptune square to Venus, Venus opposing the moon. Now these two deal with our emotions. Okay, this is my emotional needs. This is what I need. This is my emotional wants. Okay? And this is our dreams. Now, this is an interesting mixture. Okay? This is an interesting cocktail. Why? Because we want right now to fall in love with all kinds of things in life. Okay? And this is extremely positive. We want to fall in love with all aspects of life, all the bumps in the road, all the positive, all of the seemingly negative things, those negative, it's like, those, the relationships that go south or the job that goes south or something like that. And we say, this is a bad thing, and then couple months later, what opens up down the road is a better opportunity, a more true love, a job that is more geared toward exactly what you want and what you love. Now, here's the funny thing. You can fail at what you don't like. You can fail at what you don't love. So you might as well follow your heart to what you do love, right? So as we have Venus saying, oh, I could love anything. Okay, this is the Renaissance person, the Renaissance man, the Renaissance woman, and it's just like everything that you do, you're successful at. Why? Because you put your heart into it, because you believe in yourself, because you trust yourself. Okay, so anything that you do, anything that somebody else asked you to do, you're going to succeed. You're going to put passion into it, you're going to put care into it, you're going to do really, really, really well. However, when I say you can fail at something you can fail at something you don't love, so you might as well follow your heart with something you love. Meaning, just because you're great at everything, or that because you put your time and energy into something, you can become successful at it. But eventually, it's like there's one burning thing that catches our attention. There's one burning thing that pulls on our heartstrings, that pulls our attention, pulls our focus. That is our need, right? So it's saying, follow this. We can be distracted. Not everything that shimmers is gold. I think that's a tarot card. It's just like, look beneath, this seeming treasure. Like everything is gold. Everything is shiny, Venus and Gemini. It's like everything is, love everything. And then it's this opposition says, yeah, but we have to take the high road here. We have to fit, it has to fit my purpose. Myself. This has to come into alignment with me. And if I'm constantly chasing somebody else's dreams, then I am not fulfilling my own dreams. I'm not chasing my own path or walking down my own path. We're not chasing, right? We're living. So this little, these red lines of tension, okay, are bringing that to our awareness. Okay, that we need to find whatever it is. Like, we can do anything really, really well, but we have to be willing to almost, again, those horse blinders, put the horse blinders on and separate everything outside and just follow our purpose, our highest purpose. That's what the moon is saying I need. Like, yeah, we can love everything, but this is where my heart is. This is what's catching me. Okay, so those red lines, tension, and bringing awareness to that. If you want to, go after your dreams and make those dreams obtainable, We have to be willing to take the high road, the path less followed. Now, we also have 3 really beautiful sextiles going on right now. We have the North Node to Saturn, okay? And because Saturn rules Capricorn and Capricorn is in the North Node is in Capricorn, this is a double whammy. You know, this is, again, karma and law and order. And what goes up comes down. And we can kick and scream about certain things. In this particular case, you know, you can kick and scream about things that we can't change. You know, it's like, you can't change something. This is the law. What, you know, you throw the apple up and it came down and bopped you on the head. You know, then what's the lesson? Is don't throw the apple up in the air. Or, I don't know, that's a really bad analogy. We're going to just go with it. All right. So either way, the South Node here is about release, letting go, you know, letting go of karma, letting go of old past patterns that are holding us back, right? Saturn is saying, well, let's make this new future real. Let's make this reality. Let's move ahead. So the sextile between the South Node and Saturn here is propelling us further, you know, getting ready for this nodal shift. Now, depending on how the nodes are set up, I've got mine set up for mean node, as you see here on the left-hand side, not true node. Let me explain that for a quick second. The nodes of the moon are not physical, okay? Now, when you put it, I can set this up for true node, okay, which puts the nodal point at the exact, you know, technically the nodes have shifted, okay? I might set mine up just to fall in line, whatever, to make it make sense, to help it make sense, what the difference is, okay? So the non-physical, it's not a planet, right? These are elliptical points that move. And this is how the nodes, or this is how the moon, excuse me, I just hit the microphone. The moon moves in its elliptical pattern. So every 18 months, these very real but not physical points in the sky are moving, okay? So depending on how astrologers do this, there are 2 different ways. The true node means this is an exact point. Okay. Now, for myself, I'm a big metaphysical kind of guy, right? To where it's like, we're not talking about a very precise and physical object in the sky. We're talking about this, it's like black matter. You know, it's like this moves through matter, moves through space, moves through time. So there's more of a wiggle room. This is my example of wiggle room, than a precise, exact, fine spot, like we would see Venus, Mercury, or anything else. All right, so the true node has moved. Mine's set up for the mean node right now. I might switch that over in the next couple of days here just to help consistency from communication of what's going on. Either way, we're getting ready and we're in the midst of this great change, right? Saturn's saying, let's move forward, let's make things real. This is the law and the order and karma, and yes, you know, yes to life, yes to this physical reality, yes to this physical existence, yes to going, moving forward to the future, moving forward through technology, using technology to connect and communicate with the society. You know, it's exactly what we're doing right now. If you had checked out my Saturn in Aquarius video that I put out, I don't know, January, and how much that is aligning with what's going on right now, it's scary. And especially when I'm talking about this communicating through the internet, and I'm like, I really hope we don't go down this path. And then 2 months later, here we are. This is virtual everything, you know. I'm doing sound workshops with a microphone instead of like feeling vibrations. It's really weird. Anyway. I'm drifting like the node of the moon. So anyway, we also have Jupiter sextile to Mars. Okay, Jupiter sextile to Mars. This is about abundance. Abundance in what? Abundance in scarcity. This is being thankful and grateful for everything that we have in moments of a lack of. You know, it's just like when we feel a lack of love, it's to be grateful for every amount of, you know, every ounce of love that we have in us. When we feel a lack of money, we use this energy to propel and move forward, saying, okay, I got to use technology, use the future, use my abilities, my skills, you know, to move forward and to figure out a way to create something from nothing, to create from a lack of this abundance, right? So it doesn't mean that everyone's lacking of abundance right now. What this means is it's finding peace, serenity, happiness, and the abundance with everything that we already have, opposing to wishing we had more of something, right? So a very, very positive connection that's going on. And that's going to last for the next day. Okay, both of those sextiles are going to last for the next day. The other one here is Chiron and Uranus. Okay, we are amongst a great shift, my friends. We're breaking through. We're breaking free. Ego, self, again, and how we choose to respond to something, and all of this stuff really ties into one another. How are we choosing to respond? You know, again, if we can fail at something we don't love, we might as well follow our hearts to something that we do love. Right? And not giving up on ourselves, believing that we can, just having the simple faith to do the action itself, right? We're talking about Aries here. This is healing. Chiron is healing. Uranus is the breakthrough, the awakener. Okay, both at 7 degrees right now. These are helping aid one another, breaking through the old stuff that is just tying us. This is breaking free of the concrete blocks that are dragging us to the bottom of the ocean and allowing us to swim. Okay, and then when we get to the surface, it's saying, okay, well, what do I want to do? You know, it's like we're drowning. This is my analogy for this astrology report. You know, as we're drowning here, thinking I'm done. This is my last breath of air. This is my last moment. And you hit this bottom, and all of a sudden these rocks break, these concrete blocks break that your feet are on, and you're swimming up to the top, and you have this, I'm almost there to get this last breath. I think I can. This is the moon in Sagittarius, right? Yeah, I'm going to get there. And now we break free. And but just before we break free, we're thinking of all of the wonderful things in life. You know, ice cream and petting a dog and it's rolling on its back, or a cat purring, sleeping right here nuzzled on your chest, or being intimate, or, you know, just sitting back and watching a movie, curling up on the couch, eating grapes, whatever it is. You know, you're thinking about all of these things in your life that you're like, God, all of these beautiful memories, these beautiful moments. If only I could have one more sip of air to experience any of this again. Okay, so that's Venus in Gemini. All of these things, we love all of these things, and my God, what would I do for just one more breath of air, right? Then we get there, we get to the surface and sing, okay, here's your air, here's your chance for a new life, this new freedom, this new opportunity to go about yourself. Now, what are you choosing to do with it? Because you can do anything you want. What do you choose to do? You know? You get revenge on the person who put the concrete blocks on your feet? No. Gotta take the high road. Right? Free that karma. Says Saturn, move forward. You know, we don't need to go back and beat a dead horse. Right? Just have faith in our process, have faith in wherever we're going. Take the high road. And believe that whatever you're doing right now, there is a grand purpose to this. Now, later on in the evening, it's going to happen early in the morning, my time, depending on where you're at, of course. The moon is going to start to sextile Mars. Okay? Again, this is very favorable energy. It's going to happen at 1 a.m. here, Eastern Daylight Time. So again, our emotional moon, emotional needs, faith, okay, faith in the higher road, the higher purpose, higher knowledge, higher education, connecting with Mars, saying move forward, move forward, move forward in community, move forward in technology, move forward in this big circle of other people that we want to bring together. Who are we bringing together? Who is our group? Who is our posse? How are we aligning our emotional needs with our actions and to get what we want and where we're going? All right. So have a happy Saturday, my friends. As always, thank you. Thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate you so much. We'll see you tomorrow.